Right, Guitar 3, Moonlight Sonata. Your part is kind of a cross between what 2 has to do and what 1 has to do. You have some melodic parts, a lot of fill, and also more closely related to what 2 is doing, because you do have quite a few arpeggios that you have to deal with, okay? And those are the arpeggios that are kind of in harmony with Guitar 2, which literally plays arpeggios throughout. So anyway, as I had mentioned too, every part, almost all the fingerings are what I did use in the recording. Occasionally there would be some differences, and you don't have to always follow what I give you as advice, but it probably helps you when you're looking at the part, and then I'm talking about possible different fingerings. Sometimes there's errors in the actual score too, note errors, unfortunately, that they are still there. Okay, so from the beginning, it says nothing on there for fingerings, but it's just an A, open A, and an E, and I just think of it as being, if it's going to be E, it's going to be second finger per fret, 4th string, and open E, or open A. Right? And then you just keep that note there, because then you just do this, right? G and E. And then F natural, octaves, and then back to E octaves, and then back to A, then not back to, but then A octaves. And one thing you want to remember is make sure that when you do like low E's and stuff like that, when you go to the A's, stop the bass from ringing of the E. And I stop the bass after I strike the chord, the A's. So I'd be going E, I'm going to do the 2 A's, and watch where my thumb goes. My thumb goes directly to the E to cancel that note from vibrating. Make for a much cleaner sound with the ensemble, and especially when you're recording. Okay, then you have E majors. E, G sharp. Just remember to keep the G sharp constant. And he's fingering the A minor in second inversion. 3, 2, 1. I agree with it because he's going to do this. Then he's going to move to the B flat chord in this inversion. And because you want to bar the B flat and the F. Then it's just like a regular C chord. And then all those fingerings good. Back to C, E, and G. And I would play it like a regular C chord. Then it goes C minor, so you just put the E, natural to E flat. Now play these all in this first position here. E flat, 4th string, 1st fret, open G, B flat, 3rd fret, 3rd string, and then C. So you have C, and then you're doing a hammer. B flat, A, C, then B flat, then A. Now you're going to start doing a G major arpeggio. So it's open G, and then second finger on B, on the it's part of a triplet kind of a feel. So it's 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3. So what you have is you got a G major arpeggio going after beat 3, the 3 triplet, you're on the trip part. And when you do that, it is a crescendo. And you hear all those notes ringing? What I want you to do is once you play this chord here, you're going to go to 1 and 2. Try to see if you can stop the sound. I'm covering up these strings so it completely disappears. Again, these are all things that I was doing in the recording, because otherwise it goes like this. You just hear all this nonsense, okay? And then back to A and C. Same arpeggio. Stopping the notes. And this hammer and pull off. Could be with 1 and 2 from the G to the B flat, and B flat back down to A, or you can do it with 2 and 3. It might be stronger to do with those fingers, and then you got the E flat, and then 3 on the B flat again. Or you can do it with your 2. If you do, then that's coming from the C, and then you have to go. Then you move to this position to your first finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and you're doing this. It's an answer to this. 1. And actually the beat is beat 3. 1, 2, 3. And your A is right here. And then you have this sus, or kind of suspension. And that happens right at the poco retard. And then this is the resolution, D minor. No 3rd. Okay? And you can finger that A with a 2 and the D with a 4. Or if you wish, you can go 1 and 2. Doesn't really matter. Or you can go, either one works there. Okay, then next what's going to happen on the page is you're going to be doing A7s. This is, remember, you don't have the bass, so you've got all these, inversions of chords, and so it's an E, G natural, and C sharp. The function is that it's an A7. And the next chord's going to be D minor, but it's going to be an inversion because the F needs to be there. And then G sharp, B, and E, 2, like a D minor. All those fingerings are very good. And then be careful, you got an F natural there. Then, okay, so you got back to A minor, D sharp, right, because it's a leading chord into E. Here comes the diminished chords. And literally, it's more of an E chord, really. So it's to see if you can get good pull-offs. Okay, E again. And the best pull-off is if you really curve your finger. And what you do, I'm just pulling out. I'm using the hook of my finger to pull as best as possible. And then I know sometimes with 4 it's hard to do. If you do it that way, wow, you'll always produce a really good pull-off. You don't want to do it with your hand. You want to do it with your fingertip. So, and it's easy to do because I can stay in position. Okay, kind of a technical advice there. And then back to the A minor. And now I'm going to go to the second page here. I'm just turning the page of my iPad. Measure 31, still A minor. Then octave E's. Your second finger is already there. And then remember that that's still a G sharp. And then octave E's again. And that's an A minor chord. Your A is going to be on the 5th fret. Another set of E's. And then this time it's going to be a pull off from E flat to C. Another E. And this is a pull off from the 2nd string, 6th fret to the 3rd. Okay, and then again the E. octaves. And then you have part of a diminished chord. Always keep the G sharp there. That's the G sharp. Don't make that mistake of making it a G natural. Then F, E, and then you've got this octave A. I would do open and 2, and then I would do 4 and 1 for the G sharps. Then I'd go 1 and 3 for B flats, and then back to open and 2. And then you have 1 and 3, 2, and then you got 4 and 1 to C with a 3, and then B. You can use the first finger, B, then the F. F is going to be with your 2, and then 1 with the E, and then open. That's a pretty big retard. And then back to the same chord you did at the very beginning, A and E, which is part of an A minor chord. And then it's important that you do this where it's indicated. It says E, 3rd finger, 3rd string. That's the 9th fret. The reason is that should sound like it's something you can do a vibrato on. It's a thicker string. It even sounds better than the 2nd string. It's okay. That's what Bob wanted in this arrangement. And the F is still on that same 3rd string. Back to E, and then when you do the D, that's still on the same string, 3rd string. But then the G is going to be on 2nd string, 8th fret. And then you're going to play the C here. Okay. Now, I remember I did this. And I actually played the C in first, on the 2nd string, 1st position. Oh yeah, I think that's what it's saying. That's right, it is the 2nd string. Yeah, that makes sense. So you can go, you're right in position there, okay? So you give up on the 3rd string at that point. And then, like a C chord. And then it's an E chord, A minor, E chord. Back to A minor with a 2, 3, and 1. This is a D minor chord, everybody. You got to finger it. 4, 2, 1. Good fingering for it, and then you move 2 down to E, keeping the G sharp, and then make an A minor chord. There comes the A major arpeggio. Now the thing is, you got to bar the 2nd fret, and you're going to do a hammer on the 5th string. Open E gets you off the bar, and then you got this chord here, F and D with an A in the bass. That's a D minor in 2nd inversion. And then the B and the D are right here. Your D is still there. You use your 4th finger to play the B. And then the next chord is an A major. Got to play the same arpeggio again, same way. Bar 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 2nd fret with the 1st finger. Open, then those chords again, D and F. 3, 4, A. And then it's a D minor. A, D, F, and then just regular old G. And then this is kind of interesting. He does want you to play the next G on the 4th string, 5th fret with your 1st finger. Again, even though it's same note, he wants that vibrato. And then 5th string, 8th fret, 4th F, F, E, E, D. So that you can really push those vibratos. E, F, E, E, then to an A minor chord down here. Okay. And then it's just going to be, you're the sole part that's doing the that main rhythmic motif. 2, 3. And he has, there's an A in there, and then again, and that's this, C and A, back to E, and then it's A, E, C, 2 and 1. So your second finger is always staying in place here. The only time it kind of moves is when you have to go. That's a little bit tricky there. Measure 80. Let's see, measure 64. And I go right back to position though. And then A on the second string, A and E, A minor, A minor again. Now great part. Now the advice that I gave at least guitar 2 is to play along with the metronome audio that I gave you. That's better than playing along with something that I give you on a video here, okay? So, because you don't want to be looking at me. You want to actually literally be playing the part while you're looking at your music and understanding where you're supposed to go. So the tutorial of this is to confirm where your fingers are, where you're supposed to be fingering things, okay? So good luck with this, and it's a beautiful piece of music, and I hope you enjoy doing it.